What's up guys, JTails here with another video, and today I want to show you guys how to play Control Warrior in Hearthstone. I want to go over the deck list and some of the objectives first, and then we can jump into a match and talk about some of the plays. So this is one of the strongest Control Warrior lists right now in the meta. Obviously once we get to turn 10 we get access to the Omega Devastators, and our mechs get Rush once we get Dr. Boom. So this is a mech focused deck. We have a Snip Snap, 2 Dyn-o-matics. Dyn-o-matic is really useful for stealth minions like Shark from Rogues or Frog from Shaman. Those things you don't want to leave alive, so Dyn-o-matic really helps. It also helps against aggro, against Druid that really like to flood the board. On turn 5 you can play this and usually wipe out a good portion of their board. This is also good against Hunters when they play their Wyverns, 6 mana, 5/5 with Rush. You can just take it out with a Dyn-o-matic and you keep board presence. So Dyn-o-matic is pretty versatile. Our draw engines right now are only Weapons Project into Harrison, which you can draw 3 cards on, but it costs 7 mana. Pretty good against slower matchups. Like Mages. It's decent all around, but you want to find the right time to play this combo. It's pretty nice. Supercollider and BGH also very strong against Mage, since they like to play Giants on turn 4 or sometimes on turn 5, and then they'll coin with Conj. So BGH or Supercollider can clear that up pretty quickly. For the late game and Warrior mirror matches we have Elysiana. Also against Control Shaman, Elysiana works pretty well. And Owl just kind of helps to be teched in here against mechs, against mech hunters, mech paladins. It's usually just a pretty good tool. But for the most part, we want to mulligan for our Town Criers, our Eternium Rovers. If we're fighting aggro, we really want to mulligan for our Warpaths and our Brawls. And if we're in the mirror match against another warrior, we're really only looking for our Dr. Boom in our opening hand, because whoever plays Boom first has so much value later on in the game. So it's important to get him on 7 and to play him on 7. So yeah, that's it for the most part. I think we can jump into a match and see how this goes. Alright, and we are going up against a Mage. So we are going to want to find our... Brawl's pretty good to keep in the starting hand. Obviously Town Crier is really nice. I'm going to return the Weapons Project. So we really want a Supercollider or a BGH, usually pretty nice. But I think since we have a Brawl already, and we can start thinning out our deck with Town Criers, I think this is a decent keep right here. Argument can be made to return the Eternium, but I'll hold on to it for now. Early game pressure is not bad, but okay. Elysiana did not want to see that. This is going to clog up our hand, but it happens. Okay, Omega Assembly. Something else I don't want to see on turn 1. Can get the draw and start thinning out our deck. Zilliax, no Militia Commander. So this can either pull Zilliax or 2 Militia Commanders, right? And hopefully you're drawing your Town Criers before you're drawing your Rush minions. Otherwise they lose a lot of value and your deck gets kind of clogged up towards the end. Slow start for this Mage, no drawing cards yet. We do get a Militia Commander, and I'm going to go ahead and draw a card. With the shield block we get a Dyn-o-matic, not terrible. Ping's face because he doesn't want to give me armor, so he's just... probably holding out for a Mountain Giant pretty soon. And I do have the coin, so we know that he won't be able to Giant and play Conj at the same time. Unless he has Elemental Evocation, then we're in a little bit of trouble. But for now, I think we're okay. Don't want a coin. I think we just keep tagging him in the face and hold out onto our removal, our answers. Okay, slow, no Pocket Galaxy either for this Mage. So he might just be sitting on a lot of freezing, like Blizzard, Frost Novas, or combo cards. He would have played Buffoon if he had it. So no Buffoon in hand. Maybe he has something like Khadgar and Conj in his hand. So he wants another minion to play with. Maybe he has Rabble Bouncer, which he can't really play right now. So we're just going to pass. and we'll probably coin our Dr. Boom hero next turn. Okay, just another ping. Very, very surprised to see that from this mage. Now, an argument could be said, you know, since he's not playing anything, maybe I should hold on to the coin in order to proc counterspell, but I think we're okay. We have Omega Assembly for that right now. We have a shield block for that. So I think we're fine to do this. Okay. Now he's at 10 cards. He's going to have to play something. Is this going to be the Cyclone turn? Looks like it. Okay, it's going to generate some spells, fill his hand back up, and begin to flood the board. Okay. I don't mind this too much. I think a nice turn we have here is to play our Dyn-o-matic. It ensures that 2 minions on the board dies, and we get to discover a mech as well with delivery drone. So that's pretty nice. I don't mind leaving 2 2s on the board because if he conjures giants, then it just increases brawl odds for me. So sometimes I don't even bother killing the little things, since what we really want to focus on are the giant, sea giants getting conged and mountain giants getting conged. But for now, we'll go ahead and take care of this. Okay. So we can take the Boom Raver to trade into things later on. That 7 damage is nice, plus the minion that it gives rush to. Clockwork Goblin could be nice too if we want to pressure this mage, but our deck isn't really designed to pressure. So I think we're going to go ahead and go for the Boom Raver here. So even if he plays Alexstrasza on us, we'll still be at, what, 32 HP. So that's pretty sweet for us, honestly. We don't really mind Alexstrasza here at this point. But yeah, basically we need to just wear out mages. We need to wear them out. They have, usually Alexstrasza, they'll have Antonitis and make a bunch of fireballs. That's another big threat. They have 2 mountain giants, 2 sea giants, and Khadgar, which they spread out with, and sometimes they'll have other things to spread out with, but I think for the most part we're okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do we want him to draw cards? He's at 18, almost max. Yeah, no, I think I like him being very passive right now. I don't really mind him sitting on his cards at the moment. We just, yeah, arguably we threw away 5 damage, but we're in such good shape, and we have an Omega Assembly that I don't think we're going to run out of options anytime soon. Warrior really loses by getting pressured too quickly so that they don't find their options to remove. But this mage has been playing so slowly that we have everything we need. We have a BGH, we have Brawl if the board gets too big, we have a Supercollider if we want to trade. So I'm not really quite sure what entirely is going on here. Okay, conjures the egg. Gonna get a full board. I don't really mind too much. Warpath would be nice if we can top deck that, but again, not really a necessity here. And that was one of the conjures that started in his main hand, so he used 1 out of 4 basically. Relatively safe to Dyn-o-matic here and then trade into anything that didn't get hit. Obviously, the argument is I should probably swing with this first in case Dyn-o-matic kills it, but I don't think that's likely to happen due to how much HP is on the opponent's side. I think we're okay to just Dyn-o-matic and trade. Yeah, pretty nice. Okay. Now, if I do discover something, then I'm going to have a full hand, and I can't play Omega Assembly, so I would have to bank that I'm going to discover a 1 or 2 mana creature, which I don't think I want to do right now. So let's go ahead and trade up with the board. And think I'm just gonna shield block here. Yeah, that's fine. Another Brawl. Okay. So regardless of what he ends up doing with his turn, even if he starts flooding with, you know, giants. Yeah, Sea Giant. We're probably going to see a Conj here. I still think we're in tremendously good shape right now. Okay. So I can see an argument for Supercollider here, as well as just the Omega Devastator. Would we be able to clear this entire board with one or the other? Yeah, I think we can Supercollider Nazari into the Jumbo Imp. And then we can probably go ahead and Devastator the rest, right? And we want to clear out our hand anyway, right, guys? Because we want space for Omega Assembly. So it's actually a pretty good play for us. Let's go ahead and do that. Actually, I could just Snip Snap. I don't know if I want to waste that 10 damage just yet on... Yeah, I think we just Snip Snap here. We'll lose our board, but at least we get to armor up. Maybe that could have been more finessed, but I'm playing the long game. Maybe argument could have been made for BGH, Devastator, trade. Maybe that would have been a better play. We would have kept a bigger board for sure doing that. But I'm being really conservative with my removal, only because I know he has a lot more threats, right? So I don't want to play out my hand just yet. There goes the Pocket Galaxy, very, very late. So once again, I'm prepared even if he does Alex Draws in my face. I'll still be at 46 HP. So it's not too bad. We're still in really good shape here. 9 cards in hand. I don't really want to throw anything out for tempo right now. I do want to play that Omega Assembly, but I think we just pass here. And we can go for the magnetic pretty soon on a Microbot. Just to exert a little more pressure. Maybe we can play the Boom Reaver at some point, but I might be playing a little too conservative, but the reason I'm wary is because he's holding on to a lot of cards in his hand, so I'm just being really careful with that. And Warrior beats Mage by just running them out of options. Okay, so this is our Brawl turn, right? Khadgar's out. Mecha'thun. And Deathwing. Okay. Really, really powerful board here. So we're going to go with the Tried and True. And I'm actually going to trade one of these Microbots into Khadgar. I don't think the 2 damage to the face is that significant. So in case he survives the Brawl, I can use my Supercollider to trade into that. And let's go ahead and play our first Brawl. See what survives. And if anything big survives, we have BGH for that. Or a Shield Slam. I could Shield Slam and then discover another mech. So that's always nice. And the Khadgar did survive. So we actually don't have to waste any of our resources in our hand. We could actually just go ahead and trade. And see what we can discover. Okay, Vicious Scrap Hound. Might as well just play it to have something on the board. And we get the Armor Up Hero Power. I know this Mage might be kicking himself right now because this is a tough thing to beat. Warrior's always been a traditionally difficult match for Mage since they're always able to escape burst range. Okay, I dealt no damage, so I didn't actually gain the +2 there, which is fine. So we have 2 Sea Giants gone from this Mage and 2 Conjs and Khadgar. So what we have to worry about is 2 Mountain Giants, 2 more Conjs, and Archmage Antonidas. So I think we're in very, very good shape here as far as keeping track of all his threats. I think I'm going to go ahead and pressure this board since it's just very free for me. I'm not going to worry too much about missing out on this hero power. So I'm going to go ahead and I know if I trade this way, then I'll be weak to Blizzard here on the 4-5. Argument could be made for either one, but yeah, let me go ahead and trade properly. We'll just pass. So now I'm exerting some pressure on this mage. We might see some Doomsayer, Frost Nova action coming out, or Blizzard, and you know, here comes another giant. And he had both of the last conjures in his hand. Hopefully the Monocyclone didn't give him another one. Wow. Okay, so somewhere I missed another conj. Created by Conjur's Calling. He played one with Khadgar. And he played one... Okay, so he has one more. That means that he did get one that was created, which is unfortunate for us. But we can clear this board pretty handily. So let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, I think we're gonna just Devastator and Shield Slam, and then I'll just use my face on the rest. So let's go ahead and Devastator, Shield Slam, and I will go ahead and use the Supercollider on these two. So right now is our turn to push. We want to create a very threatening board for this this opponent. Can play this out, go face, and we get to use our Omega Assembly. Mecha'thun's also nice. Sweet. So we still have 9 cards in hand, and he has a whole board that he needs to combat either with Blizzard or with Frost Nova, Nova Doomsayer. Okay, we do see the Apprentice. And the Antonitis. Okay, lots of fireballs incoming. Frostbolt is gone. Ray of Frost, he's gonna, so that's 2 fireballs, 4 fireballs, that's 24 damage. Five fireballs, that's 30 damage. 6. 1 wasted, so he still has 6. So he currently has 30 damage right now, and Alexstrasza would put me in a bad position. So I'm definitely going to hold on to Zilliax so I can magnetize a big mech at some point. We do want to start checking for some secrets right now. So I think that my play is to play a Security Rover. And I think first we're going to trade into a Cyclone since it might be splitting image. Okay, it's not splitting image. Warpath might get counterspelled, but let's check it out. Okay. So I can make the trades here that I need to. Okay. And obviously I'm going to trade in the damaged one. Do I want... Yeah. I'd rather just keep my my engine alive right now. Okay. Because I do have another Warpath in hand. I do have another Brawl in hand. So we know he has 30 damage worth of fireballs. We know he has an Alexstrasza somewhere in his deck. Here comes the last conj, most likely. Hopefully it's the last one. And he didn't get another one generated. Because then that just destroys Warrior, man. When they get so much value off of the random spells that have been generated, there's not a lot Warrior can do to stop that kind of value. But I think we're in really good shape. We do have another Devastator in hand. So let's see what the secret might be. Okay, it's an Ice Barrier. That's fine. Now, since this is 5 mana and this is 4 mana, I'd rather throw Mecha'thun at the Giant because it's a 1-to-1 clear, right? But in the event that he plays something else that's big and conjures it, I'll need more resources to remove both. So I'm going to go ahead and play my big guy now. I don't think we're going to fatigue, so it doesn't matter too much to me. We could do this turn, right? Scrap Hound. But I'm actually going to save Scrap Hound and Zilliax for the Alexstrasza. So I am going to go ahead and play the Mechathune here. Yeah, because after he Alexstrazzas, he's going to be bursting us down to try and kill us, essentially. And me healing for 5 health and a bunch of armor. Basically 10. Me healing for 10 is not going to be good for him, so. Okay, so he's used up, what is that, 3 of the fireballs, so he has 3 more, meaning 18 damage. I'm not really feeling too threatened, and of course he can play a 1 mana Alexstrasza and then deal 12 to my face with 2 fireballs with Sorcerer Apprentice. You know, that's a lot of damage plus ping, so, but either way I'm still in decent shape. I'm a warrior, and as long as I get more offering for the armor up hero power, then I'm in really good shape. But hopefully this is helping you guys out understand how to play Control Warrior a little bit, understanding this matchup in particular versus Mage. And yeah, if it is helping you at all, don't forget to hit that follow button, or sorry, this isn't Twitch. Don't forget to hit that like button on YouTube and consider subscribing to the channel. Okay, he goes ahead with another Ice Barrier that was created by Monocyclone, so it was a randomly generated spell. It doesn't really matter too much to me that he's gaining all this armor, because our plan is to run him out of resources, right? We don't really mind fatigue too much, especially since we have Elysiana and he does not. So just to clear up space in my hand, I do have a BGH, I do have Brawl, so I'm not too worried if he spreads out. I'm going to go ahead and play the Weapons Project. And I know we do still have Harrison in our deck, but yeah, I don't really mind it too much in this case. We do have a lot of removal, so I'm just going to play the Weapons Project, and not pairing it with Harrison is completely fine, especially if you just need to gain armor sometimes. Another Pocket Galaxy just to clear up his own hand. Okay, we're going to get whacked a little bit. There's the Harrison. We don't really have a lot that we can just throw out right now, but what I am going to do is just play the Silence and discover a mech. Another Boom Reaver, a Bulldozer is very nice for clearing options. And I do still need to clear up my hand slightly more. But everything's so good. Maybe we toss out the Militia Commander. Yeah, I think that's just going to be one of the weakest things in our hand right now. Obviously Warpath is, but I should have Warpath with the intention of clearing my hand. However, the Echo keeps it in my hand, so I can't even discover a mech, really. Okay, and he's going to opt to really interesting progression from this Mage. He's actually opting to use his fireballs on my minions instead of my face, which I'm surprised to see, because normally mages are, all about the face damage, especially when they're running low on cards. I really wonder what his game plan is going to be to take this match. Interesting state of affairs right now. I am going to go ahead and play the Bulldozer now, just for board pressure, and I keep the bubble on it. It's completely fine. Helps me empty out my hand. But I am waiting for a big swing from this player. An Alexstrasza turn. Another big Conj turn. We do know he still has one Conjurer's Calling in his hand right now, if I'm not mistaken. He's out of cards. Another Fireball. He's using them all up. Frost Nova. And he's gonna just play a banana. Okay. Interesting turn. I think we just empty out our hand a little bit and go for the... because we do have BG8, so even if he Alexstrasza and Conjures, we're going to have enough on the board to clear it up. So let's go ahead and save the best for last. I don't mind missing value on the assembly here just to discover more mechs right now. That's fine. Because he has no more cards in hand, so unless he's throwing me for a loop and is running Mechathune or Elysiana, I think we have him. I think we have him beat. Just a really slow start from this Mage, so I'm not really sure what his win condition is anymore. Another Fireball on the Devastator. Okay, Apprentice. Mirror image. I think we've just run him out of resources. Yeah, well played. And this is exactly what Control Warrior is, you know, made to do. It's made to just run your opponent out of resources until you win the game, inevitably. You just control until you win, right? So we are going to take Dimensional Ripper, Life Drinker for the pressure, and Mortal Strike, because why not? We can go ahead and Shield Slam this, since we know he has nothing else. So he should be conceding now, unless he's just being stubborn, in which case I'd more than happily oblige to taking him out. That's what he wants, then that's what we'll give him, right? And then we even get more armor gain when we magnetize this Scrap Hound. So this is inevitably the GG. Now, as Control Warrior, you might have opponents that are going to rope you, that are, you know, going to be frustrated that your matches are taking 30 to 40 minutes. So be prepared to get roped, be prepared for angry messages, be prepared for people to get really upset. At the duration of the games, how long these matches last, because it is taxing. Playing Control Warrior is not for the impatient. These matches do take a long time, anywhere from 10 minutes to 40 minutes, if you're playing the mirror match especially. So if you're interested in playing Control Warrior, be ready to commit time, basically. And it's slower to climb with, but I do think that if you play it well, your win percentage should make up for it, essentially. And I think we'll let Fatigue finish him off, shall we? Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And please let me know if there are any other decks in Hearthstone that you're interested in me going over in the same way that I just did with this one. And please share and all that good stuff. So thank you guys. I'll see you all next time.